Doomslayers, how is everybody coming up for the close? 179, spot 95, 180, spot 03, spot 09. The fight for 180. We have been here before, have we not? Lady Apes, Gentlemen Grapes, we have been here before. Below there, you got your entry on this possible trade that we drew in yesterday. You got that. There's your stop. Down where did we say? Not that you'd actually be using stops, but it just identifies, it's a good area to get a trade. So far, so good. Obviously, this isn't a trade. The trade that Rocky and I were really talking about was much lower. Yada yada wada blah blah. Got 3 minutes left. That's enough time to draw this down here. Nah, it's not. What am I doing? I'm on daily time frame. Undo that. Undo that. There you go. That'll do. That's not good enough undo. Anyway, down to the 15 minutes. Let's try that again. How's everybody? How's Tricks Rich? You here, Rich? You're awake. My Lego is awesome, mate. Yeah, the Lego is awesome. Lego is awesome. If everybody has seen your awesome Lego. This is from a chap called Brendan on Instagram. Where's my phone at? Hey, see the thumbnail? It's hilarious. 180 spot 24. 180 spot 24. E-O-L-E-D. Brendan Boot. Brendan, Brendanboot. He did that and he's got loads of them and they're hilarious. You should check them out if you're on Instagram. Last 2 minutes, friends and folks and friends. Tradespotting, can't stop out. No, true, you can't. Where's that gone? Ah, sugar, I've missed it. I'm sorry. Say it again if you like. Tradespotting, Rocky Outcrop. Hope you lads enjoyed time with the mammy. Family first. Rocky was too sick to come to the party, unfortunately. Still just collapsed with tiredness after even during the stream he was asleep. He'd conked out. And I was doing his one. Shake your booty, yo! Oh, it doesn't let you post links. Sorry, your shake your booty. Shake your booty. It's just because if it was allowed, you'd see loads of crap spam posted all the time. Rolled 94. Well, that's that. Okay, NSCC 2021-010. Does not make the squeeze more likely, or less likely, and nearly no importance to us overall. I spent some hours reading it. Okay, awesome. Cheers, Rocky. Hello, Jamie. I bet we close 50 cents above or below 180. How long have we got left? This is it, folks. Where's the countdown? It's 14, 13. Oh, that's wrong. So this stretches. Okay. Hey, I think you're probably on 180s. Do we finish above or below? I think we're finishing above. Pink, 180 spot 57. Last minute. Markets, no, post market, it closed. Ha, yay, we made it. 130 spot 36. Congratulations, everybody. I don't know what I said earlier, other than I thought we'd test 181, and then from there it was either come back a little bit or go on up to 185. We've come back a little bit to the 181. We could still come further back to 177. Or 171. We did all of that. What time was this at? 3. That was just after open. Did all this. Jink. Okay, so we got what we thought would happen there. The pullback to 177, the test of 181. And then we'll see. Daniel Assange, $5. Thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you very much. Very thank yous. Why is my mini feed not updating over there? Is this one working? Nope, it's not. Fake on the web subscribed 1 day ago. Oh, can I reset this stuff? I can't reset it. I'll have to keep an eye out because I'm not seeing any notifications come up anywhere. Thank you very much, Daniel. Oh, now it's come up there. Daniel's essentially $5. Thank you very much, Daniel. Well, I'm just so ahead of the technology nowadays. That's how I'm getting to grip with this YouTube thing. Is that a higher high on this 15 minutes? Yes, it is. It is. It certainly is. It definitely is. Which is good. Either way, we'd have had some bullishness there. Right, so is this Blake? Blake, welcome to Chimp. Blake, how you doing, Blake? Thank you very much. That's really appreciated. Is this a messy head and shoulders? Ugh, I hate these guys with head and shoulders. No, that's the best sound. That's the best sound. This is a really horrible one. Nothing going here. Nothing going. Ding, 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 ding. So because of this, it has to be the body, but it's just that's horrible. I hate these. Anyway, here we are, doing what they all do. It's just the line you want to be breaking. It comes at the same time as the horizontal break. Markets could open there on Monday. Yeah, easy peasy. Easy peasy Japanesey. Is that allowed? You allowed to say that? Easy peasy lemon squeezy is more appropriate at the minute. Anyway, the ADX is turned up on lower time frames. DI positive is in control. We had a flush of volatility. Stip stop, start stop. Price moved. It's too small a time frame to see exactly what was going on there, or too big, I suppose. And you don't have a flash in smaller time frame, so you can't see. Or is it? Open, price move, come back. Is that all you're getting out of that? Trend change at the same time. Horizontal break. Yeah, cool. Well, test. And then that. Okay. Matt Trash, what happened? What are you talking about? 1.4 yesterday, if memory serves. What are you talking about, Matt for? Why is someone talking about Matt? Volume is internal volume of an ant. Does that mean that there will be some slight potential for synthetics while settlement is awaiting? It's kind of glossed over, but it's a nothing. Cool, Rocky's figuring it out. Wow, awesome in chat there and stuff. Banned for 2-pitch DA. Who? Just Matt? No. Lol, what happened? Unless you're talking about that Corsell, then I'm not interested. Or are we not talking about him then? Who are we talking about? Tradespotting. Hey Jamie, what do you say about Bitcoin dipping below the 50 moving average on the weekly, just like it did back in 2018, followed by a rally? Well, I can tell you that doesn't sound wonderful. What chart have I got like clean here? Ooh, there's a lot of volume on Bitfinex to end the day. That was not positive for there. What's everywhere else saying? Or is it a trend change in a minute? Ooh, mate. Ooh, kidoksies. That's unusual. See how this 5 minute on Bitcoin closes. It really needs to be above 32,320. Got 4 minutes 24. I'm not waiting around. Just do it now, would you? Cheers. Look at that. Hey, go on. Anyway, what do I think about it on the weekly 50 period moving average? Walla la 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 lom. 50, buddy. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you, Mr. 50. Why is there other ones on here? I only wanted the 50. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Hey, I'm gonna keep it 200 on though, obviously, anyway. Wimp dimp dimp. What were all these? Is that back when prices were what? 9th of November 2020. What's all this? What chart is this? Coinbase. It can't be that long ago. Maybe they were relevant, and if they were, then that's probably possibly. Let me just put them back on actually. There's your 200 period moving average. Target, target, target. Why are these targets? 50. Have I drawn these on because I think they're. I don't know, I drew them on at the time. Right, below the 50 period moving average there. You're also black here, February 2020. You dip below it significantly, hit the 200. This is why I kept the 200 on, right? Break the 50, you hit the 200. It's only ever had a 200 that long on Coinbase. Let's go back to Bitfinex. Look at this, mate. There's some TA on the go here. Bing bong, price wrong. I can't remember any of this stuff here, right? Let's get rid of that. Let's just look at this. Weekly, 50, 200. Rocky, you going to get a better than Bitfinex? Is there a better chart on than Bitfinex that goes back longer? I don't think there is. No, there isn't. Look, this has got it from when it cost a cent. Or has it? No, it can't have it. 13. Maybe that's when it made it here. Anyway, right, so you're looking at this, and since it started, caught the 50 period moving average, and then that was its lifetime, right? That's been the lifetime of Bitcoin. I hate deleting all this stuff because I would like to have seen what it was and how it worked out and stuff. Well, it turns out it worked out good, right? Let's just see that here. Alright, this is a good entry. Low risk entry on break structure, or lowest risk entry on break or retest of the pattern structure. Head and shoulders. Head, shoulder, head, shoulder, break, retest. That was from 9,737 and it went to 64 grand. 65 and change. Nice. And then these are your exits. And your shorts. And here's your longs. Well, I guess that was what, 12,000? That was back then. The other chart we looked at talked about entries for closing shorts. So this is all old news and it all worked out well. Great. And it's quite obvious, isn't it, that this is the structure we came from. This is the move. It's broken this horizontal. Having broken this horizontal means that it's quite obvious that this is the next place where you've got a couple of tests on this move. And it's screaming for 19,500. And if you look left from that on the weekly, that's where you had your previous high. It's going to 19,500. That's like, until you do anything else, like that's no oscillators. Just support and resistance, horizontal support and resistance with looking left. And I mean, it's very difficult now that I've said that. It's going to be very, very difficult to come up with an argument that says it's not going to go to 19,500, right? We can already see from the question that we're kind of touching on here. This is just TA brief, and if you don't know any TA, this is like a good place to start on just the clean chart, and I call it clean, but it's clean enough. You can see it even cleaner like this if you want, right? And it's freaking obvious that there's levels that come in here, right? And I was looking at this one here, and it seemed obvious because there was a test here before it went up, and it's so obvious, right? So it counts as like resistance and support, and it's the first one. Obviously, the previous one we've already broken it. It's here, and I'm sure we're holding on to it, but I don't believe that at all. And as you say, we're below the 50 period moving average on the daily. So it's about, if you do that, do you then go down to 200, and let's see what it's ever done before. Well, it recovered to 50 in 2015, and that's been its life. And it's dropped below it once, at which point it had one retest, two retests, and then it broke down straight to the 200 period moving average, right? That's where it went. There was also a degree of support and resistance, but it went below that, so that it definitely hit the 200. And then it spent a while there, and people said it was never going to do anything, and it went up a significant amount. Came back down, tested the 50, bounced up, came back down. Like 2018 on the linear chart, sorry. No problem. Daily. Well, I mean, I look at links on log charts, so like, this is information. Don't worry, and thanks for the extra donation. Wow, that's a big one. Or is it? I don't know. Sexy, kicksy currency. Thank you very much, my friend. Breaking the 50 often leads to a test of the 200. Right, I think I made that dead obvious. Leslie, right. $20. Have a pint with Rocky when he feels better. You two are amazing. Wow, thanks, Leslie. That's more than a pint. That's £6.50, 22. It's 2 pints. It's 3 pints, or 4. Maybe not a pint. Maybe 2 vodka somethings. For that, Rocky's not going to be able to deal with that with his liver and all the blood poisoning. So probably just a light pint. Freedom. And I'll make him drink all of them. Make it Guinness, because that'll be good for his blood. And I'll just there making him nick them. Thank you very much, Leslie. There's Rocky 2 saying thanks. Yeah, so Linear Weekly 2018. Jump, bump, Linear, bump, 2018, bump, 2020. Why are we on Linear? That's not log, apparently. Refresh just to see. Yes. You're giving me log again. That is linear though. See it definitely changed. Right, 2020. 2020. Here's 2018. Hi Harley Quinn, nice to meet you. Down, bow, womp. You can't hear those donations because I turned the alert thing down, but I can hear it, or I don't know if you can hear it or not. Anyway, I can hear it. It's too loud. I need to fix that at my end now. See what everyone was talking about. So I see there it was at 320, and now it's at 300. I suppose that's just a coincidence, obviously, but you broke the 200. Similarities would be in advance of it came up here. Let's get these oscillators up. Actually, it happens. Well, on the weekly chart, 2018. I mean, I know in 2018 there was huge bearish divergence, but you're not seeing much of it on the weekly chart there. And then see the ADX turned through the 38 line there. Bitcoin was in a downtrend from 9,000, came down to 2,000. Caught the 200 period moving average. It's just so obvious, this 50, 200 thing. I mean, I've known this about Bitcoin since then. So this one also broke it. Didn't reach into the oversold zone though. Came back. Here. Oh. Pardon me, sorry. Don't normally do this. Edit your stream. Talk about Matt Kors. Talk what about Matt Kors? What's happened to Matt Kors? I talk about it. Yeah, what's happened to Matt Kors? Obviously, I talk about it. What is it? Rolled 73. Wham. Thanks, Leslie. What else is happening? I've not read enough of the chat to know what's going on. If people are texting me about stuff, obviously you know what's happening. What is it you were talking about Matt Kors earlier? Who cares though? Who cares? I want to invest Bitcoin after squeeze. Do you think Bitcoin will go down significantly more? I hope so. Though this is like a straight answer to that question in a good way, right? In a good way would say, like, we did break the 50 period before on the weekly time frame and not go straight to the 200, and in that instance we weren't oversold. Here we've broken the 50 period moving average on the weekly time frame and we're not oversold. So it could be that we skirt around here, stay below it for a while. You know, there is like a move to be had. I don't know if it's tradable or not. This one previously was 10%, 20%. Obviously, that's tradable. Stay open and close days below here. This is what, 1. And it wicked above. And it looks like it's going to close below it, obviously. Looks like it was a lot of time left on this one. Let's see it in smaller time frames. On the weekly, could collapse. It might take a week and a half after that. And let's just check this disclosure here. Here, this is an open below A as well. And is it going to finish? Where is that? Moving average there. 32,195. Oof, it's only $100, so it looks like it will be an open and a close below it if it doesn't recover. Is it going to recover? This is flat. 4 hour. It's failing. That's failing. Eek. Eek, it's so fiddly. Why are those lines not more obvious? You're below the 200 on the 4 hour, and you've got a sell signal coming up on the MACD. You've also got bearish divergence across that, across the DMI. You've not got it on this RSI, so some people will be tricked, but it's screwed. Looks screwed. 30 minutes. Is it screwed right now? It's below the 50. Can't hold above that. I won't do it this time either. It's coming at the center line. That's going to fail. That's bearish. That's bearish. That's bearish. That's bearish. That's fake. Is that going to work? Is that going to work? You've got a possible test of the golden cross. 15 minutes. Last time it worked out nice. Here you come for the first test of it. If it fails, prices probably come back down to 30,620. This is obviously CMEs, right? As Rocky likes to point out, this is the coronal mass ejection chart. As well as measuring the price of the Bitcoin futures, it measures solar activity. It's sort of like it's like cosmology. So anyway, long story short, if these kiss, great, prices might go on up, and they'd have to go up beforehand for that to happen. Does it look like that happen? Nah, it doesn't look like that's happening. It looks like they're going to cross below again, fail, and if it does, prices will break this horizontal because look, this is like one of these.
I'm just curious. I saw you shuffling your checks with your right hand. Can you do that with both hands? No.
David Lazaro, just dropping by to say, hi, Marantz Rants brought me here. Let's go, GME. Nice one. Awesome, Marantz Rants. Thank you very much for bringing our friend David. David, thank you. Thank you very much. And I imagine if Marantz Rants is bringing you here, then a couple of you would perhaps like it on the like over there as well. Thank you very much. Shout out to Marantz Rants as well, and thanks very much, David. Very much appreciated. I'm sure Matt got what the fuck? I'm sure Matt got cancelled by some auto mod, but people will like take to Twitter and he'll be back unless he did something crazy I don't know about. Well, that message I just read it from Daniel is like sort of pretty much my feelings on it too. I can't imagine he would have done anything wrong. See, people lose their YouTube channels and that, and I think like, no matter who it is, and that doesn't mean I'm specifically. I don't think I think it's unlikely he deserved to do that to lose his channel. I think that getting that news would be very shocking, and that you'd be really, really, really worried. I think less if you're Matt than anyone else. If it happened to me, there's like no way. I've got 3,900 followers on Twitter. There's no way I'm getting back. Like there's no way I'd come back. So if you follow me on Twitter, maybe that'll change. Yo, do, yo, well, I've got that donation, yeah, So that Daniel said there, yeah, well, he got cancelled. No, he wouldn't have got cancelled. Well, getting cancelled's like a culture cancel thing, right? I mean, getting that would just be like everybody unsubscribing. I was going to make a joke there, but I'll not do it because it's not fair. But also, what I'm really overriding feeling is that that's probably a shock to him. Like, and it'll be very difficult to deal with that shock. And I suppose a lot of his life's built around YouTube. Like, I would expect so. So that would be very shocking. So if thoughts go into the guy in that sense, I feel bad for him. So that'll be why I've got a grand total of how many viewers then, because no one's there. They're all over here. 275. Oh my goodness, guys. 273. Guys, this is incredible. There's 273 people tuned in right now. This is incredible. 254. It just dropped 20 people. Oh my god, it just went down like 18% or something. Oh my goodness. Have I got a chart here? I've got a chart. I could do TA on the viewership here. Can I get a different timeline on my chart? I want to do this properly. I want to do some charting. Do some charting on my thing. I can't. It doesn't give me a proper chart. It just ticks by in seconds, so I can't do a proper. I'd do some TA on something fun like my own YouTube analytics. That'd be good. In the meantime, no, I've gotten distracted. Yeah, so I mean, my heart goes out to Matt Cors. What can I do to help him? Not very much. It's a tiny channel. I've got no YouTube. I've got no presence on Twitter really, but I could do something on Twitter. I'll say something. What will I say? Hopefully just retweet something he said, right? That'd make it easy for me. Tradespotting. Hey Jamie, can you please go over the indicators we... Stefan S, isn't it? Yo, Stefan. Katie, how are you doing? Tradespotting. Roycey, does it have to fill the gap, or can it just stay at the new level? The new level, that sounds positive. Tradespotting Rocky Crop. Happy birthday to your mum. My mum just had her 70th of May. Hope you all get better soon, Rocky. Observe thyself. Happy birthday to your mum too. What a lovely little message. Thanks. And thanks. Good to see you. Observe thyself. Floor 20 million. No, you're here all the time. Just like have said your name recently. Good. I read that 20 million floor, and then something else came up. The hedgies are cunning but not wise. Every time they do some stupid FUD with bots all weekend or try to take down our GME or our super strong or 30 other things, I know we're leaving a downtrend. Yeah, they do tend to do it around when they've not got anything else they can do. Bitcoin has pushed up above the 50 period moving average. This isn't the Bitcoin show, but it's doing good. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, they always do it. Like, this is the way FUD works. It's not just... There's no point in deploying the FUD cannon when prices are like doing nothing, unless it's like an extended period of nothing, because you don't want to waste your ammo on something when it's not going to have any effect. Whereas if you do it at a downtrend, people start spreading it, because they're so susceptible to FUD. They're like retweet it and that, and they think they're helping people out. Like, oh, quickly look out, this thing. No, and it's not real. It's just that they themselves are anxious. And hashtag free Matt Cors. Is that what people are tweeting? Cool, I'll just tweet that. And but I mean, he'll have his thing back already by now, probably. Well, I'll just tweet that anyway. Is that what everyone's tweeting? Da 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 da. Ding dong ding li ding 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 ding. Tweeter. Do this. Do this. Matt Cors doesn't know I even exist. What is it? Hashtag free Matty Cors. Oh, there it is, trending. Free Matt Cors or else. I tweeted that, but that seems like I'm threatening. Nobody on Twitter knows I'm joking. Sugar. I don't want to seem like a total knob. I got a like already. Who's that from? Alex Blue, thanks mate, but I'm going to delete this because I don't know if it's appropriate or not. I don't know. People are weird. I don't want people reporting me. Just free Matt Cors is good, right? Why am I trying to change it? Good free Matt Cors, right? Just free him for goodness sake. I can use an emoji. Don't know which one to use. So green heart. There, free Matt Cors. That is what I'll say. That's legit. Free him now. What happened? What happened there? Tell me what happened. I'll tell you, probably, like Daniel says, it's probably bots, probably people doing stuff like, oh, I'm not happy today, so I'm going to make MacOS feel sad. Those sort of people, you know, them sort of people. Ugh. Those sort of people. Uh, Earth Angel, will you be mine? Is Jamie fading and needs his mum and dad to hook up at the dance? Hey Marvin! Hey, don't free him. Don't free him. Right, I'm gonna retweet this. Don't free Mac Horse. Now I got a like from someone else as well. So I can't now, it's too many of these. If I just tweet it and delete it, tweet it and delete it, tweet it and delete it, does it still like trend? I could make it trend on my own by like just tweeting it and deleting it. I probably could. Twitter, you got a good heart. Jamie, I've got a good heart. Well, thanks. You know. Have I? I don't know. I don't actually know if I do, by the way. Jamie is kind like Xerxes in 300. Who's Xerxes? It's nice to be nice to folk in the community, but you're here as ever, Jamie, doing a fascinating job, so we're all happy here. Yeah, exactly, we're all happy here. And that's the truth. We were just talking about AMC looking at charts and he was banned for being harmful and dangerous. Harmful and dangerous. Well, I think it's not cool that happened to him. Anyway, right, I've done what I can do, and it's literally nothing. Anyway, no, like, literally it is nothing. Thanks very much for joining me here. The 250 odd of yous, thank you very much, is appreciated. Right, so why are we looking at this? So we were drawing this trend line, we're going to say it probably gets here and no further, and that's what it's going to do, and it went up to there, and that was great. It recovered this 50-period move on average 15 minutes. Whoa, excited, it's a lower high. It's coming in here. It's going to have bearish divergence there. And already, I can tell you that. Already it's going to happen. This is so screwed, mate. You know what this is, right? Actually, like, it's loads of different things, but this is what it actually is. Okay. 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 And then 236, it's recovered that. That's what it was doing. Let's take it across here and just see. Hey guys. Bounced off of 236. Positive. That was positive. It's also this lower trend line. No, was it though? Let's be accurate about this. Yes, it was. It was. Ish. It was. So that was reasonable? No, it wasn't. I hate that word. Stop using it. I've used it too many times and it slips into sentences where it really makes no sense. It certainly wasn't. It was just what happened. There was no... that's also this type of wedge. Ruble, we're looking at that, hoping it's a bullish wedge. It's not. We're looking at this, hoping that it's an ascending triangle. It's not. It's not. These are rounded tops. It's just this has come in here at this low. Tiny bits of bullishness on it, but Hey Jamie, always appreciate your ASMR. What do you think of Moderna stock before its earnings call? Will it continue pumping? Let's check it out. What's the sticker? I suppose I can just type it in. I think this is coming down to, I think you're going to get something lower on it. I think I've done this earlier on Rocky's TA. Didn't I? Or is it just looking at this pattern's going to fail? Prices are going to break through these resistances slowly. Blah 382. Also, this confluent with this low. It's going to be like there, maybe bounce a bit. Then it's going to come down to the 0.5, and it's going to be like, am I going to bounce? It's going to be like, no, I'm not. And it's going to go straight to the 618 in the golden pocket, which will be this area, this breakout zone, and you'll have tubes on YouTube. Carl, do you want a sandwich, Carl? That you'll have people like that, and they'll be like, "Yeah, mate." Or other people will be crying at their confidence, "Mommy did tell me big guy was going to die, mom." And they'll be like in around 30, and they'll be like, "Yeah," and they'll put their pocket money in it, and then it'll do some horrible dip lower and scare everybody. That's what'll be happening. Yep, for sure. Loads of money to collect off people on the way down from here. For sure. And that sounds cold-hearted, but that's what people are going to be doing, so, you know. And I've just told you it's no excuse to let it happen to you. KT, Tradespotting, Rocky Outcrop, ciao for now. The beast calls and I must answer. Cheers, guys. KT, I've been drinking your coffee and I swear to God, it's changing my life. Also show it off to everybody that comes around and tell them, oh, look, I've got, ooh. And the Home Office inspected the recent delivery, so they repackaged it all up, all neat and nice and that, and with the names all visible and stuff, but they were in see-through bags. And so I wonder what that did to them, the cheeky chops. But then, like I said this already, then on the stream there, they were investigating. I was like, how's so weird? Because it's so obviously coffee, right? It's so obvious. Coffee in a bag is so obviously coffee. To me, it's like, how's this? What could be any more obvious than this? And then it so smells of coffee. Like, what are you going to find? Jamie, damn, my ears, lol. Shit, did I go from quiet to loud? I did, didn't I? So sorry. Right, so people have adjusted their headsets. There is no need to adjust your headsets. This is perfectly intentional, these shocks. Right, okay, so we get down to the 236 we bounce. We're not looking at Bitcoin anymore, so I want to look at that again. Hello, mouse. Thanks, mouse. mRNA. Is Moderna an mRNA and RNA? Is it? Nah, man. Nah. Nah. Probably. %40 pullback after a divergent high here. Class B divergent here. It's not enough. Not even real, really, but if you're going to say these things, then that's what it is. Pullback 25%. Divergent, not divergent, 4 hour. Second peak. Fall in momentum, continuing to rise prices. Volume hasn't been in the game since the previous peak. You first went to your maximum oversold on the RSI, and on the 4 hour that's at historical. Not but 25%, but not a peak. Not high enough, not high enough. That was a 40% pullback. No. Aye, similar. Here, peak. It's that peaking point of an RSI. It's got divergence showing on the 4 hour on the MACD. It's also got something like a huge gap somewhere on some chat. Where was that gap? Daily, it'll probably come back, and it looks like it'll come in and test $220. Maybe even lower at 212 on the 4 hour. It's got the 50 period moving average coming in just under where that gap is. And I would say it's at least going to go there. It's $250 or 261.50. I think it'll go and close that gap. I think it's going to put in a bearish top, unless it blows all this off, which it's not doing at the minute. Like, it is pretty bad. I know that's doing that, but when did their earnings come in? And like, what were they? They're obviously positive, but how positive were they? I mean, give me a percentage. Do you know, G, if you got, or does it say it here? Right, so it had two previous negatives and then positive, and the positive was 16%. Right, cool, 16% is good. 16%. So, like, the way I do it, that is I say if earnings were 10% to 20% better than anticipated, then you'll expect a bump, right? And if you're already in like all-time highs, it's impossible to then say what it'll be. But I'd look around, like, depending on the market cap of the thing, thinking like within realms be 5% bump minimum. I think that'd be like one of the things you'd look to. Choose one. Can we look at the GME's volume today compared to the rest of this year, please? No problem, Case. And so, turn on your share lending on your brokerage. Yes, definitely. Gaston, how are you doing today, mate? I would say I'm jacked, but I'm actually like been so busy that I've been jacked all day. Tradespotting, massive appreciation. You deserve so much more than you're getting from the community as a large. As a large, no one here, everyone here is awesome. I don't hang out in chat, but I've followed since before the streams. Always amazing. Ul Sant. You've chatted a number of times. I recognise your names. Loads. I appreciate your contribution, mate. And that's a nice message. Thanks very much. And like, you get what you deserve over time. So they'll see how it goes, and then it's on me to keep going. That's the bottom line. That's what I'm going to do. I've blocked this off. That's why that's not as bright. Hi. Good morning. Holy crap, that is bright. Turn off your share lending on your brokerage. Yeah, you can just do it. You can just go and set it to not allowed to lend out my shares. And if you don't trust them, then you can also put it in like your ISA or whatever tax-free savings accounts you've got, because governments don't allow them to lend out those shares. Simone Cooper, cry. Don't cry, Simone. Gamble all. I see why they're crying now. Tradespotting. Can we look at Jamie's? Okay, yes, we can do. We can do, of course, Case, mate. Case, and everybody should take Gaston's advice and turn off share lending. It's obviously to your advantage, unless you want your shares to be loaned out. Like Daniel wants people to loan out shares, so that there's more and more and more shorts, so that the fire is even bigger when it happens. So there's those two different philosophies. Way back. Here comes the sun. Cue the sun. That was better, I thought. Liked it super bright for a second. You liked it? It's still super bright, man. Jesus, it's cue the sun is what people that'd be liked. Well, we're looking at here at Moderna and that, and we're looking at it in 4 hours and saying, yeah, everything's cool, it's still going up. This is all cool. Warning. Huge warning. What timeline were we on earlier? Oh, this is terrible, man. Bloody hell. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. This is absolutely terrible. It's going to $1 billion. Only joking. Yeah. If that goes above 368, I'll eat my hat without having at least a 10 to 15 to perhaps 40% pullback. But it's going to close that gap at $250, I suspect. I strongly suspect. It's just divergence all over the place. There's that inverted head and shoulders. That was the move. Came back. Reaccumulated with a center line. Positive. 50 held at the 50. Touched the golden pocket. Reclaimed the golden pocket on what? On what? Sure, there was actually a buy signal off this. Sure, that momentum kept going. This is hugely divergent, so is all of this. So is all of this. Especially this bit of this. This is awful. Yeah, this is awful. This is awful. This is awful. I have to get off this. It's awful. Quickly get on anything else. Right, cool. Phew. GME volume compared to the rest of this year. Well, we're gonna, very minimum, we're gonna need to daily chat for this. Daniel, I'm a shiz talker. I do have share lending turned off, but I'm actually enjoying his process a little, so let it take another year. If you heard those alerts like I did, you'd be so annoyed. Daniel listens to protect $5 for that message. That's very generous. Thank you very much, Daniel. You're not a shit stalker. You're straight up legit. What you like? I do have share lending turned off. Okay. Well, that's probably quite a good thing, Daniel, because you've got an awful lot of them. But I'm actually enjoying this process a little, so let it take another year. Another year? You've got kids on the way, Daniel. Or do you? But if you do, not another year. You don't need that. And neither does anyone really need it, I suppose. Simone, I stopped. I'm always OTM a week earlier. I stink. A week earlier. Wait, I need the first part of that conversation. Hope you're doing good. Leslie, thanks. Leslie. Daniel. Oh, you tease. Yes, I mean, yeah. Joe, what's the benefit of a cash management account? You mean like full cash? Ain't no one liquidating you because you're only ever buying everything, nothing on leverage. That's what I think you mean, right? Cash management account. Is that what you mean? I think that's what you mean. Your base currencies and it's all. Who's asking that? Oh, it's Kitty asking Jewel. Well, Jewel will answer you now. Maybe he's talking about something different. Just popping by to drop a like. Cheers. Thanks, Niels van de Graaf. You're a legend, mate. Thank you very much, Niels. And anybody else who wants to hit like, it's appreciated. Thank you very much. Might make the algorithm think I'm not all that bad eventually. Although I think I'll need approximately 1 billion likes from now to ever being shadow banned. I think any suggestion of whether I am or not now is completely conclusively answered by all the messages I got from yesterday today about like nobody having any idea I'd done a stream. And being like, I had no idea you had done that, and I looked for you and I couldn't find it, and blah 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 blah. I think once the NFT stuff is announced, it's going to pop off. It's going to pop off, or that, or a market crash, blank, market crash causing it to pop off is what you probably mean there, and I agree with you. Either of those two things, if there is people predict, could do very well do that. I just needed to get above 217 so I can get my dad off my back. Nay, polite. Yeah, 217 is the price to beat for a number of reasons. Does your dad run Market Watch? In which case, I'd understand exactly why he's on your back. Tradespotting. Joe's explained it to me. Thanks, Joe Maxwell. I'll check it out. Legends, guys. Thanks so much, Joe. Awesome. And I'm sure other people benefited from that conversation between Katie and Joe, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Fidelity's cash management accounts is a debit associated account associated with your investment account. Debit account associated with your investment account. Right, sound. So you can just deposit money in it. Market is literally held up by popsicles. That's too funny. That's too funny reading that after that. Yeah, so it's just like so it's like a debit cash managed account. It's a debit account associated with your investment account. Oh my goodness, these words! I hate these words. Yeah, so it's just like a cash deposit your cash there. Kids will become tough if they spend their first year in a tent, and they're on their own for college. You got the college fund with super chats. Aha! Thank you very much. Well, I mean, I can teach them how to be a bit of a punk and to read the charts. And then they never need to go to college, and they'll pay for you to get old and fat. Thank you very much, Daniel. And sorry, Daniel's kids. There goes the college fund, and it's gone. Who is that? Who are you? Come in here, both of you. So I've got my nieces here. This is Emmy. Come and sit down here on my beside me, Emmy. Can everyone see Emmy here? How do I get Emmy up on the screen? Starting soon. Is that a better one? There's Emmy. Emmy, and here's Lilia. Here's Lilia. Where are you at, Lilia? There's Lilia. How do I get out of Lilia's way? Hello. So this is Emmy on the what darker hair, and this is Lilia with the blonde hair. Now, I've got important questions for you. Have you heard of Gamestop?
Yeah.
What does Gamestop do? Sells electronics and
gaming equipment and stuff.
Yeah, it sells electronic equipment, gaming stuff, right? Awesome. And have you ever been in a GameStop?
No.
No. How do you know about GameStop then?
From YouTube.
Yep, everyone knows about GameStop at this stage. And so GameStop's going to go up in price, right? That's what I think. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think, Lilia?
Definitely.
Definitely. And what price do you think that GameStop should go to?
9 million.
9 million. And what do you think, Lilia?
7.8 million.
7.8 million. So Lilia is a shill. Lilia is a shill. Emmy's diamond hand into 9 million. Right, okay, that's excellent. So that means that, well, if that happens, I think I'll got your college fund. We've got a better handshake than that, but I don't want to break my shoulder trying to do it. Hi, Emmy and Lilia, says Dan. So there's all these people in the chat. That is so nice. How many people are online at the minute? At least a couple of hundred, right? 270 people. So that's you on there talking to 270 people. That's cool.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, like, and these guys, loads of them are adults and that, and some of them have got hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some of them have got millions and millions, and they trade for a living, a lot of them. And they tune in here because they believe that they can change the world, right? There's some serious people here trying to do some real stuff. And then those figures you said, they might not even be high enough for these people, even though they sound like crazy high numbers. And the thing at the minute is that this punks, right, what they've done is, there's this exchange called New York Stock Exchange where you buy the shares in this company, Gamestop, right? And what this big investment bank did was they thought the price of this thing is going to go down. And for strategic reasons, they shorted it. They sold shares really short, right? Which later means that later on they have to buy them back to close the short positions. But they've sold like more than 100% of the company. So they'll never be able to buy back 100%, more than 100% of the company, right? Because it doesn't exist, right? You can't have more than 100% of something, especially not a company. So what's happened is they've trapped themselves, right? And now that they're going to have to pay through the nose to get everybody's shares, to get as much of what they can closed as possible. And all we need is people like yourself to say, well, I think it's worth $7 or $9 million or $30 million, and never sell it for anything less, and they'll have to pay us at these prices. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing. There's some people on the internet say like, you can't let it happen, it's never going to happen because of the government's going to stop it. What do you think of that idea?
Bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
What do you think? Do you think the government would do something like that?
Probably.
Yeah, the government probably would try something like that, but what would stop the government doing something bad?
People.
People.
People like us, really, isn't it? Yeah, it's people like us. Awesome. So this is it. Like, and what's people in chat been saying then? They seem so interested. Yes, they are interested. This is story time with Jamie. Sort of. Their brains. Oh my goodness. There's a great clip. 420 million per share, Kenny. TikTok, right? So people are saying like they're not going to sell it for anything. You know these investment banks, right? They go short on these things. And they'll do it for, like I say, strategic reasons. So, for example, let's say one of them, and let's call them Shitadel. Pardon me, can't say that word. I'm not especially correct. I didn't say that right. Let's imagine this company called Pitadel. They buy, let's say, Amazon, or a big chunk of it, and they want Amazon to buy MGM, which is a cinema chain. And then they also think like, yeah, but we want to isolate our margin because they're hedge funds, so they have to like manage their risk profile. So they also go short on AMC, which is a cinema chain, so that they're long on Amazon, who are invested in MGM and all, like they can hedge their own risk. But they did the same thing there. They shorted it more than 100%. How silly, right? Because everybody knows, like, at what age did you learn that you can't have more than 100% of something?
Yeah.
What age?
I don't know. 18.
6.
8?
8.
6?
4.
4.
4.
4. So you knew it when you were 4. What age?
Yeah, like 6.
6 at least, yeah, exactly. So there you go, 4 and 6. So if you're older than 4 or 6 years old, and you're for some reason find yourself shorting more than 100% of a company, then surely you would have to be classed as perhaps a little bit thick. And that's what these people are. They're really thick. And because of how stupid they are, they're going to pay so much money out to people, so much money. And I know your dad has a little bit of the GME shares now too. Haven't spoken to him since he's been up. So, well, if it does go up to that, those numbers you were talking about, you are going to be so stinking rich, aren't you?
That would be good.
And you are going to come to Edinburgh when you go to university.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, and you're going to be like, I'm coming to Edinburgh University and my uncle lives in town. He's the coolest uncle in the world, and I'm going to, yeah, exactly that sort of thing.
Yes.
All right, okay. So what did everybody say then? They would sink the dollar if they tried anything. Yep, Lamal, they have no idea what he's talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You do, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of. Like, I mean, it's really simple, really. Right, you can't fit more than 100% of something. Like you can't pour 2 cups of water into 1 cup that's the same size. Right, it just doesn't work. I mean, it doesn't really have to be more complicated than that. But yeah, hey, math is hard. That's true. The math part, once you get into it, the math is hard, and perhaps that's some reason why these idiots have made these mistakes, because the math is hard. And don't play with fire. That's what I say. I don't owe them a pony bait buckets. That's far too rich. But what we have done is, Lily has got her nails done. Let's see these nails. Like, put your nails up there so you get them right, even closer, like closer than my face. Look at that. Not bad, huh? And Emmy needs the same thing, so he's going to get that. Oh my God, Grace Foundation, take your nieces to Gamestop. You can explain everything on the way. We're going to have to go on Gamestop online, and that's $50 from Grace Foundation. So that's $25 each, and I'll put $25 on top each. So they'll have that. We'll call that donation $100, and we'll get you get 2 things. You can choose anything you want there that costs less than $50 off the Gamestop website. How about that? Awesome. Also, we're going to go and get Emmy's nails done, same as Lilia's, and then we're going to get Lilia something for that, and then we're going to also have a look and see if we can get some new decks for your skateboards. Isn't that right? Yo.
Really?
Yeah, really. Yo, welcomes. Right, clear off. I'm going to talk about adult stuff now, and that means I'm going to swear lots. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining me on the show. I'll get you that payment of the nails done, and we have to think of something for Lilia that counts for the nails. And you think of it, Emmy. You tell me what it is, and then we'll check that out, and we'll look at the GameStop website after this stream. Awesome.
Okay.
Bye. Wow, superstars. They're both going to be models and superstars. Right, so thanks very much to the Grace Foundation. You're an angel, and that is really nice. Cheers, buddy. Buy them some ice cream. Yeah, I'll get there's an ice cream shop right next door. They stay with me. It's cool having the nieces. Right. John is up, but he's not staying with me. Don't be cheap, Uncle Jamie. If one of them goes over, just cover it. I know, but I have to say something, right? I don't know how expensive stuff is on that website, and I'm just a poor boy that eats porridge, remember? Please, sir, can I have some more? Don't be cheap, Uncle Jamie. Okay, it won't be. Lol, good vibes, man. Cheers, Gaston. They're jacked now. Lol, they're adorable. Yeah, they're absolute legends. Thanks. Yes, you need to take them to GameStop and buy them stuffs. Exactly. That's what everyone should be doing with kids that age too. Imagine you were that age and someone was like, here, we're in GameStop. And then you tell them, we can have anything you want that costs this much, and then they find something that's just more expensive, and then you just give them that anyway, and then they're like, most amazing feeling ever. Natural friend. Cheers, Jamie. Cheers, you, natural friend. Cheers, you, my friend. Thank you, Jamie. Keep doing what you're doing, as you're the best. You guys are the best. Let me bring on the nieces and that. It'll be good for their confidence, talking to that many people at once. That was good for them. Thanks. Womp. Have I not answered questions or something? Is there something I should have been doing that I wasn't doing? What are we on here? GameStop. Yes, I did. It was Gaston. Oh, it was Case asked me. Oh my goodness. How many YouTubers are doing this at the minute? And not just YouTubers. When on YouTube you're doing it to make it obvious for people, but you're doing it yourself. You're still having to do this all the time. And you want to get accurate. Alt-H. Right, so that's today's volume, 1.31. Let's call it 1.31 because that's what it is. And that's today's volume. It's lower. We made it lower than we did on the 16th of July. Whew. Tradespotting, you have no background. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was a close call. Thank you. It's appreciated. I've got also when I'm on that screen, I notice that I've got the stupid watermark over my shoulder. Right, so what you're looking at here is gibberish. Haha, only joking. Now I have to scroll out a little bit to show you. It's the volume profile for GME on the daily on the daily time frame. And we're comparing it for Case Guy. We're comparing, or he's doing it for us. He's doing it for all of us. He's pointing out that I should look at this. Is the daily volume compared to the whole year. Like, there's the 17th of July 2020. There's like 23rd of July 2020. So literally, it was literally over a year ago before you, like a year and a week, 53 weeks before we could find a period of lower volume. 53 weeks. And what happened 53 weeks ago? Well, I'll show you what happened. And even then, look, that's not lower. It's only the same, and it's not actually the same. It's higher. Oh my goodness, if that didn't make it. That's higher, right? Okay, we keep going, folks. That's higher. That was on 29th of November 2019. Okay, we keep going, folks. There, we got one. Folks, we got one. Folks, we caught one. And I can see there's a couple now. We're getting back this far in time. All right. So the last time that on planet Earth, when we had lower volume than we did today, was on the 24th of January 2019. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Approximately 150% of you won't even have been born back then. See, I could get a job at Melvin Capital. See, Melvin, is that what they're called? I could get a job there. See how I just did that maths? That's good enough maths, right? I could sell you anything like that. 158% of you weren't even born back when the volume was this low on Gamestop. And yes, yes, the people who go short on this say things like that and get away with it in an office. So this is just terrible. This is terrible in every sense. Also, look at that. The exponential moving average that we have on top of the volume profile. We can see even if you go back those times, it was never getting crushed like this. It would never. It must be, right? It can only be that this is a smelly piece of crap that nobody wants, that everybody hates. What's absolutely guaranteed about this volume profile is that there is not people dedicating their lives to talking about the potential for this to change the world on social media and to all of their friends and family. That is absolutely guaranteed impossible, right? That's not happening. This is awful. Whatever this GME thing is, it's clearly awful because it's only ever had lower volume than this once. It's never had lower volume than this until you go back to 2019. It's only ever come close once, which was 53 weeks ago, and it wasn't close enough to be this, right? This is the worst ever. Slightly better than it was yesterday. So what does that mean? Well, it means, like I say, nobody wants it. It's awful. Obviously, whatever it is terrible. What could it be? What do you think this thing must be? Daniel sounds fancy a dance off. Whoop whoop. GME teeing up. No, is it teeing up? I think that literally what's happened is literally no one wants this. Nobody wants it. It's clearly because the volume's so low. It'll be everywhere, right? People will be throwing it at you. They'll be like desperately begging you to take it off their hands because it's just this thing stinking. Like whatever it is. Ugh. Look at that. Ugh. Ugh. Is that the worst thing you've ever seen? In terms of volume, that's pretty much as bad as it can get. That profile you've got from here, like, oh, we hate it so much. You know, to the point where it's like historically awful, like Ice Age awful. Like is somebody literally is somebody right now chucking this thing in the bin? Is this thing we're looking at actually in a bin already? Is this a 4-week-old sandwich that you wouldn't eat even if it was the first thing you'd seen in those 4 weeks? What is this thing that is so awful? It must be the most disgusting thing in the world. Oh no, look, there's actually look. Oh no, look, no, there's nobody selling this thing. Look at that. The trend, the momentum on this is like, well, whoever it is that's been keeping this, look at this. It says touching all-time highs, once an all-time high, touched it again. What? It's gone up. Well, it's gone up from that 20th of July. 20th, oh my goodness, what? The 20th of July. 28th of July. Oh my goodness, what? You're trying to tell me that the only day that GME had lower volume than or anywhere near approaching the volume it did today and yesterday was back before it made its absolutely massive move? No way. You're trying to tell me that? No way. Ha! No, well, we looked at the volume chart. It says this is a piece of crap, so that's impossible. It's impossible. But we did look at the TD sequential on the daily time frame and say it hit a 9. Then we did look at the 4 hour and say that it finished the countdown and got to 13. Then we did look at it in the hourly and said that it was going to explode at any minute. And then the HPV did fire off a signal 3 weeks ago nearly that said that this was going to happen, and it was exactly the same as the 28th of July. No, can't be, right? Because this is a piece of crap. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants this. You see, look up here and you're like, that says this is going to the in moon, right? This says you're not getting a lower low on this. This says it doesn't matter what happens. This is going up. And that is the worst case scenario you're going to get after this, like without some sort of test. Either a lower high now or a higher high. And at that point, oh my goodness gracious me. 50-day EMA, huh? Punks, that's there. It's the 50-day EMA there, the orange one. The orange one. There's 200 below us. The orange and the 200. The orange and the red. It's the only two I've got on there. 50 period moving average. Simple moving average. Did you say EMA? Let me put on the EMA if that was what you were talking about there, pal. I've got the 55. That's what I'd use. I mean, do you want that? I'm not going to use the 50. I use the 55. I can't compromise. We're below it too. Obviously below 50 as well. Bum 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 and touch. You know, right? This. You got your 236. You got your 50. Your 200 and price action. The range it's in at the minute and the formation it's in at the minute. You don't actually need the 55. Plus, I go between different time frames. You know, like to the point that you've covered the 55 using the simples easily, and then the 250 together, like quite a neat pairing, you know, for a double moving average strategy, for example. Awesome. Bum. You probably didn't want that one. I was really just putting that on myself. 180 spot 36. Does anyone want me to look at anything particular? I'd like to say thanks to everyone for being so generous and so nice when my nieces are here. You know, sometimes you get. I was a little bit nervous in the chat there because I had it open and they could see it, obviously, and I'm sure that's why they were reading it. You know, some people are nasty, and that was good. Nobody was. It was really nice. Thanks very much. I was a little bit worried about that. I was also a little bit worried that they would be nervous, but they were quite good at it all. So awesome. Thanks. A very good experience all round. Right, 382. I love them. They're amazing. Those girls. Right. 317 people watching, 316 likes. That's awesome. That's good. Tradespotting. Is GME starting to emerge out of the shakeout period and continue on with the ass-ending triangle? Womp. Shakeout zone. Shakeout zone. This is the shakeout zone. Let me get it up. Ugh, keep looking for these stupid triangles, stupid squares. Where is it? Is it here? No. Ugh. Right, your shakeout zone. This is here, right? There's a box. Look at that box. Right, and then what you do is you get this. You've drawn that box and you get this and you go like that. Get off it! Get off it! Let it go! Let it go! Get off it! And people don't let it go. And we don't get off it. See? And that is how shakeout zones work. Yeah, no, we're above the shakeout zone more or less, right? The shakeout zone, top of it comes in So if it comes in at this 180, so that's where we're at, right? So we're sitting on top of it. It's this back in this period here, and it goes down just below this period. I think, is it? Maybe not, right? Maybe down 155 across here. Yeah, it's this. It's on like the weekly. It's like the weekly low in around 155. That sort of area, 158. And then if you did go down below that, you'd be looking at 138. These wicks, and then at 138 down below that, you've got on the daily time frame, or I think, yeah, no. Daily time frame down below that, 116 to 120. You've got like the 200 period moving average. Like, these are all things that it would like nearly 100% definitely bounce off at the very least, at which point you'd be able to judge other things, and so there's absolutely no point in me saying them, like even saying 120 levels stupid, because of all the things that would come before it, and all of those would come with some bounce, and none of that's going to happen because we're sitting on top of the shakeout block now. And that was a great trade. Cha 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 cha, and then you're looking for this fib to go on up the way. That's like to go on up on this fib to the 618. That's what all of this says. Let's retrace nothing. Above you, you've got similar things, like you've got the 50 period moving average at 206, 210. You've got that 382 and around there, the same place. You've also got the 0.5 at the top of the support and resistance at the 230 levels, and then you're hitting 250, 260 in the golden pocket, and that's a retrace. And even then, it's a lower high, and that's kind of freaking obvious that's going to happen. Right? It's just a bit obvious to me. I don't know, right? I don't know how people know what is or isn't obvious, and sometimes I say things and I'm like, it's so incredibly obvious that I nearly didn't say it, and other people are like, oh my god, really? And then it happens, and it's like, well, I mean, if I'm saying something's obvious, then it's nearly like because I say stuff all the time and it happens, and I don't say it's obvious, so if I'm saying it's obvious. And likewise, then it'll go in, it'll put in more, like in it, this ascending triangle, right? There's loads of different ways of looking at it. It doesn't have to play out the way it says it in textbooks, like the fuck off textbooks can fuck off anyway, right? You're looking at it loads of different ways. You might look at it like that, and you say you break that, it's already like obvious, right? It's already obvious, right? It's just all obvious. If it gets above the 618 here, it's all obvious, right? That everything I'm going to go on and say is obvious. It'll be in, and it does that on a weekly open and close. Oh my goodness, right? The prices will go straight up, and they'll go and they'll smack $350. So like they'll absolutely smack it into that, and they'll probably go beyond it. They'll come back, and they'll test these breakout zones at like 300. That's nearly like guaranteed. And then we'll see how quickly they then hit the top of this thing, because it could be that doesn't happen, right? It could be that they just explode straight away, because it depends on what it is that's taking them there. So if you try to paper hand it, tough luck, you're going to lose out. It's not the way to play this. Just buy it now, eh? It's so easy, right? Buy it now, and I'm just not financial advice. And then you'll have it here. So the whole idea of like trying to paper hand, doing moves, buying it here, buying breakouts, all the rest of it, no need for that, right? No need for any of that. You'll lose out, and you get the opportunity is here. It's not in like being greedy and trying to like micromanage positions and stuff. That's not trading, right? That's not trading. Although you think it is, like, oh, I'd be better off if I was a trader and that, and they think that's like synonymous with just selling it at every peak and buying it at every trough. And it's like, traders don't do that. Most traders lose money. The vast majority of traders I've ever known have all lost out. They've all gone bankrupt. All of them. Hi, John. Runs around visiting. So the ascending triangles. So the ascending triangles, like these sort of formations, typically you'd say that they explode when they're 75% full, and like they're unlikely to go on. There's a 90% chance that the pattern will have broken by the time that it's 75% full. Now I'm drawing this very, 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 very roughly, right? May even well be that you did this discount, the body closes up here and take it down to like the body close of this candle here, which is higher than this one, and like it's probably something, right? Going at 12 hour, there it is, 4 hour, also the top of the breakout zone. Yes, so like that's perfectly good, right? That'll do, right? It's also wicked to here, so it's there, right? The top of it's around $300. Some people tell you it's 350, that's cool, right? Some people tell you it's 500, right? They won't tell me that because they know how I'd respond to them. And yeah, so they usually fill at 75%. And let's draw where exactly it starts is hard to know. It might just be here, right? This is a new company since this happened. It's a new chart. It's a new thing. That's what I've been telling people since here. So let's say that it starts like there, which is even being kind of generous. At which point, like that would be 100% of it would be This is just making it difficult. 434 bars, so 75% of that is 380 or something. If my maths isn't good, I don't care, so it says it's like you're waiting till like after my birthday for it to break the ascending triangle. But this is the thing, right? Does it wait for that? It's not like that. Why that 75% comes around is because by that stage it's undeniably obvious, and 90% of them have broken by then, which means that you'd have to be the 1 or the 2 out of the 10 that for some reason hadn't played out to keep that statistic going. So you're actually going to do it before then, probably. And so then you'd be looking for catalysts on top of when prices are at these levels. So like say prices get to these levels in like say the end of August, the start of September. Let's say that happens. And let's say that there is some type of NFT marketplace. And let's say that there is some form of benefit to shareholders from that existence of that new digital marketplace. Now I'm not going to say what the connection may or may not be, but let's say there is one, right? Because I don't want to get into the crazy hype that comes afterwards. But let's say all that happens in and around then, and let's say that there is a dividend payment coming out around then anyway. Does it really matter? Does anyone actually care if that dividend is an NFT, if they're launching an NFT marketplace, if everything's ready and up and legit and being published, and you're able to use it, and at the same time the news of the dividends coming out? Nobody actually knows whether it's going to be an NFT dividend or not. The event of it happening would be apocalyptic for them, so they'll have to cover it anyway. And so the strength of that narrative in some senses isn't all that bad at that stage. If it's in and around when dividends will be paid anyway, there will be flux, there will be interest, charts will move, prices will move up, people will get excited, and then momentum will build behind that, and people will buy at all these levels because the risk is getting lower and lower and lower, right? And buying it here, you're a trader. If you're a trader, right? Now I'm not saying you're a trader because you're selling it. I'm saying you're a trader because you understand that what you're buying here isn't GME, isn't some smelly sock, nor is it like in any way identified by that volume profile as being a bad thing. You're buying risk, and you buy risk when it's really, really high, and you sell it when it's really, really low, because high risk is cheap and low risk is expensive. So you take that risk, you monetize it, and you sell it back to people. And at this point, and this side of the equation, the risk is that you'll have to realize a loss, because that risk and that chance is higher because prices are low. And this is really simple understanding. And the truth of it is that actually, you want to buy the lows. You want to buy the lows. That's every trader knows. And you want to take that risk and pass it off to somebody else when it's really, really, really low, i.e. when it's way, way up there. And so in some senses, that's what we're going to be doing, although we won't be paper handing this thing. And that's how you trade anything else, right? So you think about that, or I mean, not AMC, I'm not advocating that. Let's look at AMC quickly. Down, bound, but down, bound. Right, you're covered 236, bounced around, open, close below it. That's not positive. 36.99. It's down on the day, the tiniest little bit. Up in post market, the tiniest little bit. Well, I don't trust those figures. Let's look at the 15 minutes. There's lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high. Right from here, you're on top of that trend line. The trend line is now not a trend line, is it? It's the 200 period moving average below it, and they're about to have a negative cross. At a positive cross, tested it below the 200. They're coming in for a negative cross. That's not great. That's the 50-minute time frame. So that happened on GME. It also came down. Didn't yet happen, but something similar. No, we're above the 50 and we're above the 200. And if you keep that, they're both going to start pointing up. The 200 period's pointing up there as well. Whereas on AMC, it's not yet. It's pointing down, and it's got quite a sustained down slope on it. And you'd need to see something really change for that 200 to change inflection. Prices would need to beat here, go on again up to the 50 mark. This might be this trade here, right? Because that's the other side of the 0.5, so it'd be reasonable to put it to there, and the price is reasonable is a stupid ass word in a sense, but then here you've got this horizontal which didn't get above, and then this retest. Inverted head and shoulders though. So inverted head and shoulders though. It is. Look at, you can see it. It's just about whether it breaks this trend line. Might say there actually. Anyway, that's it. could test this and fail. I'd expect it probably would. If you put another one across here, you probably see where it's going to go. $40 and that push harder will be tough. But the inverted head and shoulders, but this could also be a head and shoulders here if it fails, you know. If this fails, then it'll just turn in, but it's not, because it's not a reversal pattern at the bottom of a trend. It can't reverse and then go on down in a downtrend. That's not a reversal, so it's not head and shoulders, it's an inverted head and shoulders. And if the inverted head and shoulders fails, it'll also have it'll also have the same problem. And then you get your lower tests on this, and it might go less than $30. Hope that doesn't happen, because I've bought some of it and I'd like it to go up now, please. Thank you very much. What do I think of that low? Rick and Morty lips. Oh, we won. Good. Yeah, maybe it's fine then. Could be quite good actually. Rick and Morty lips. If this is an inverted head and shoulders, you get the move off it. That'd be nice. You'll take you up to that target there, and it'd be good. It'd also be above support and resistance, and everything would be good on that. And if GME goes up, I'd see it pulling up AMC2, doing the same thing. So, well, of course it's going to, like, you know, we're not past this silly argument already. Of course that's going to happen. And what are we looking at? It's the GME one. Is it also looking at an inverted head and shoulders? Yeah, it's different. Wait a minute, is it exactly the same? It is so same. It's so the same right now. Ugh. They're both exactly the same right now. So if that does that, just put this back at $50, easy peasy. Next week on Tradespotting. Right, next week what I'm going to do is I'm going to split up the show into segments on Tradespotting. Rocky will likely be back for his show. If he isn't back, obviously I keep covering for him, right? Obviously. If he is back, I'll start after him. I'll take it through to market close. See what he wants to do. He might want to do bits and bobs in between. I can't imagine he'd go back to a full-on schedule straight away starting next week. I'll have sections in the show, and I'll clearly signpost them to everybody watching what's past and what's coming up. And I won't be able to say exactly what time for you in the world that I change talking about things, but I'll be able to say that for this hour I talked about this, for the next hour I talked about the next thing, for the next hour I talked about the next thing. But it won't be like chapters. It'll just be like segments to the show. And I'll try and keep them to a certain amount of time, but they're not going to be like for example, the TA section will be like doing TA on stuff, all sorts of different things, whatever it is you happen to want. And that's not to say I won't do TA later. Could happily do it if people ask me to, but I'd rather that was in a specific section or whatever, or people can ask me and then I'll all do it together. I'll keep what I do in sections so that people know that we're watching, and they'll get used to the fact they can just go back 20 minutes or half an hour, however long it says, to the TA section or to the, you know, whatever the topic was that we happen to be talking about, because something might ask something, you know, if somebody asks something on their subreddit or Twitter or somewhere beforehand, then I'll know I'm talking about it. I can put that in. And then have Ranko and Undercover Boss GameStop stores and wants to invest in actual locations and make them better. I bet he does. Yeah, that's the whole plan. Yo, that's getting me jacked. Ryan Cohen is an undercover boss. That's just not going to work. Hey, like, which CEO at the... We're filming this show. I mean, it's just too obvious. There's literally... Is there a GameStop employee on planet Earth who wouldn't know exactly what was going on? Like, I can't imagine there is right now. Like, my nieces know all about GameStop from YouTube, and it's not from watching me on YouTube because it's not allowed. So, I can't imagine how that would work. I can imagine that Ryan Cohen would walk into a shop and everyone in the shop would be like, "Wow, yeah!" And then, I don't know. Imagine everyone who works at GameStop buying shed loads of GameStop stores shares with their wages too, I imagine. So Tradespotting, did GME cross on the new MACD or just a smooch? Looked like a smooch earlier. We're not getting anything really. No matter how much we zoom in, we're only getting a smooch, I think. Not even getting a smooch yet. Oh, Jamie, please, Jamie. The style's down here, Egypt. Why are you telling me style is there? It's not. This thing's stupid. They're not thick enough. Where's the thick line thing? Wait, it's not giving me thick enough lines, so I'll make them different colours. White. So you can see white, right? Didn't even touch it. They didn't even touch it. It's like Keats' Grecian urn, right? They wrap around the whole expanse. And these two lovers are so close to touching, so close to kissing, but yet never will. And it's up to you to decide if that's a good thing, that they've got that anticipation ahead of them forever, or if it's a bad thing, that they'll never actually get to do it. Or if still it's a good thing, because in not doing it, it'll never have to end. And that's the question for you looking at this picture on the MACD. So if you're a fan of Keats, or you like Grecian urns, or you like anticipation, then you want to stare at that. Otherwise, you just drop down and look at it on the lower time frames, and you see, well, what is it doing on the other time frames? And you can see that what it is doing is crossed. Great, 4 hour positive. That's what it does when it's going up. 1 hour, obviously everything down below there. Let's check it. Cross down, so down below the center line, it's possibly turning up for a cross. That's positive. We could see that go on, and you see the MACD go on the daily. There's it, obviously 30 minutes, great. 15 minutes more so above there, strengthening momentum at the same time on the histogram. Like higher time frames, like 2 day. What have we got already? On momentum down there. Hidden bullish divergence, low ascending triangle. So obvious. Look at it here. It's so obvious. If it lets me see where it is. Yeah, look how obvious it is. Look how obvious. I mean, I knew I made it slightly neater earlier. But like, it's just so obvious. 50% line in this is what you'd normally expect to see things at, so 230. So there you go, like things are going to be at 230 before you even have to make a decision. So your dad's going to be happy, but he's not going to know whether that's the right thing or not, because it could, at 230, you could easily come back down and test the lower side of this end and triangle again, right? It's a 50% retrace. You do it this long into a move, the exuberance it takes it there might be so extensive, like such a sharp shooting burst, just anticipate it would be. And if it doesn't make the 618 and it stops here, and then it could just come and test again at the round of 236 and put in a higher low in it around about $200 again. And then your dad will be like, oh my god, this is too much, I can't take it. And that's what they want your dad to think. And they want your dad to annoy you, and they want your bank to annoy you for not paying your mortgage, and you want your wife to annoy you and your husband to annoy you because you're not getting the right kind of fruit, or you're not getting the right kind of whatever. Or they want you to let your nieces down so you can't take them out for presents and things. Or they want you to make it so that when your mum's birthday comes up on her 70th, you can't get her a nice present. They want to do that sort of thing so that when it comes to the point where they need you to sell, they've already kicked your head in so much that you'll just do whatever anyone says so that you can end it. And are you that sort of a loser? And obviously not, because nearly every one of you was here and you just got back up and you kicked the crap out of them there. You were here. To the 50% if you were to draw it all on, probably, yeah, in and around it. Higher low went on again with bullish divergence. That might be what we look at. And from that we had a big fight and we kicked each other's heads in, but we won. and we've been kicking their heads in since the 20th of July last year, and the volume was at the same pillar fill to where it is at the minute. Go away, you stupid ass trade. Made you look stupid with that drop stop loss on there, and that was something I did. I moved earlier on a different time frame and then gave up on, and so don't pay any attention to that stupid ass thing that you saw me delete there. It was negatory. I didn't want that. Oh, there's just a retest here. It's still your inverted head shoulders, even on that time frame. Looking at that, thinking you want to get up here, up above 204. Then you'd look at that as like a bump and run, perhaps similar psychology. Testing the 50%. That would be what you would expect off that kind of move, with a retrace probably at 382 afterwards. So 230 back down to 216, 217. At that point, you know, native flight, who knows what your dad will feel like. But if you tell him now that all that's going to happen, then when that does happen, he'll be like, son, you're a legend. Here's some money. Take it, son. Take it. Take all of it. Yo, Salamander super chatted $50 freaking tuition fees. Thanks. Have an excellent fam jam weekend. Slayer success. Yes. Thanks so much, Salamander. You're lovely. I think you're a girl. That's well appreciated. Thanks so much. Don't know why I think that. Maybe it was yesterday I was reading that. Ah, it's Protect Patel. You've got a cool ass name. $20. Awesome. Thanks so much, Protect Patel. See, on this thing, I just see people's names only after I see the thingy donation. Thanks so much, my friend. That's really appreciated. And if I've missed something there, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to. Buy some ice cream. That was Leslie before. Thanks, Leslie. Yeah, yo. So that was that would mean I wasn't ignoring another chat and then just reading only paid messages, and I'm only reading paid. That's not it. Next millionaire. I bought one share today. Yes, and I wasn't satisfied. I need to buy more next week. Well, you'll never be satisfied. Trust me. Is anyone here satisfied? Let next millionaire know if you're satisfied that you've got enough. I like Jamie's sweater. That's my favorite color. Oh, nice one. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. It's a nice top. I like it. It's nice and soft. And it's this colour. I like it too. Thanks very much. That was yourself again, next millionaire. Yeah, everyone in chat. If anyone in chat here, if anyone, I'm risking all of my money next week. Ooh, all of your money? Can you afford to lose all of your money? This is a question. Next. Pink's mine too. Maybe softer, whatever is in sunsets. That one. Peachy pink. Depends where your sunsets are, right? If they're in Scotland, then what you're talking about is black. And if you're talking about in, or white. And if you're talking about in Ibiza, then it's probably more like a peachy pink. I like it too. Banana fridge. My feet had fishtails last week and stumps this week. My wife is literally guiding living creatures through human evolutionary history while I burp on the couch yelling dumb jokes. Nice. Wow, you're already the perfect dad there. That's like already the perfect dad there, Daniel. Next millionaire. Evan can't go wrong with pink. You reckon? You're being nice. I think you're being very nice. Next millionaire. If you ever meet anyone in chat here that's satisfied, tell me so I can ban them. Hey, brother. I appreciate you and your passion. Enjoy your weekend, bud. Cheers. Thank you so much, CC Foster. I appreciate you too, and that is really nice of you to say. I will have a nice weekend now. I'm going to have to make sure I have a nice weekend because I'm going to be nice to little kids, and that makes me happy. Satisfied, strange question. I'm just not reasonable. Satisfied. Exactly. It feels like a strange question. Like, so if you're searching for satisfaction, you're never going to find it in this pursuit, next millionaire. You're never going to find satisfaction. The satisfaction won't come from the one share or the 100 you end up with or whatever it is that eventually you manage to get. One is amazing that you're here and you're doing it, like amazing, man. And everyone else with one share, amazing. And there's so many billions of people in the world, and really so many of them can afford just one share at $180. I mean, just buy one, change the world. Why not? Do you want to change the world? It'll cost you $180, and you probably get rich off the back of it. Jamie, if Jamie was a song, he would be Sub-Focused Time Warp. I'm going to put that on, Mr. Win. Sub-Focused Time Warp. I keep telling myself this is okay, this is the last time buying, but I can't help myself, and I buy more and more and more. Yeah, I say that on the day, a day I got paid by YouTube the last time. I got paid YouTube once. I got paid $1.94, and then they paid me the next time, and it was different. And I was like, sweet. So I'd already got loads of donations. I say loads feels like loads to me every day. Today feels like loads. It is loads, and I put it towards the camera. Some of them were specifically for that, and then Rocky maxed out his credit card, and then I had to do that because I had, as soon as it came in, I had like swooped it all the way up to the trading account, a big chunk of it, and it never came back from there. That's where it's staying, and whatever it'll stay there unrealized, possibly who knows how long. I send it there thinking that I'll never ever look at it again in terms of money. I think when I send money off to where I trade now, I think that's its existence as money over, really. And I think that, and then maybe, and I think when I do it, I think, right, well, because I'm putting so much of that I should be spending on my life here, in this will be the last time, and then you make it work, right? You make your life work until the next time you get paid, like, and then, like, I've saved stuff for this weekend in particular because they obviously knew the Kinesis were coming up, and I obviously knew it was my mom's birthday. But they didn't want me to be able to do that. They wanted it to be not to be that way at all, and so anyway. After a couple of days, you're like, well, I mean, I'm going to get paid again, and I'm going to do the same thing again. This is what's going to keep happening until whenever, and I'm literally not satisfied at all. It's like, I mean, it gets really annoying, depending on the number you get to. I'm sure a number of you have been like this, but like the last couple of weeks, I've been at a really annoying number, because if I just get one more, then it'll make the whole number look different. So I need to get that one. And if I can, and I know I will, and when I'm getting it, I'll probably get more than that. And so anyway, whatever. Who cares, whatever. I'm just being annoying now. Sesame, these dips... Sesame? That's not what you mean. Same. These dips have been kind. Sesame. What was I saying? Open sesame. Open sesame seed. Awesome, that's where I'm at now. Aaron Pauline, legend. 25 shares this month. Nice. Nice. An XXX holder soon. Wow. Awesome, man. I mean, none of this is financial advice, but like, man, I think that's awesome, super awesome. Anyone who's got one share though, like that's like those are the people who I'm like, yes, because it's so easy to identify with. If I'm here, most people have had like at some stage in your life, have had like nothing, and at that stage, you are in a position where like anything can change your life, like the littlest thing can change your life for the better. And so to take that when you've got nothing and make a commitment of $180, which is a lot. When you've got nothing, $180 is the world. And to put that into something like GME with a commitment that you're going to hold when you have literally nothing else. Those are the people that's like, wow. I mean, I took 3 bank loans for this, and now they're starting to get impatient for payments, but I have 4XX shares. Yeah, see, when I've got X shares and I'm not paid for the bank, it's my problem. But when I've got 4XX shares, it's the bank's problem. Like, it literally will be the bank's problem when it explodes too. And you can swan in and tell them where I put their loans, mate. Joe Maxwell, awesome. He is, isn't he? He is. He's also such nice people. I'm not. Next week I'll be able to buy XXX. I'm J triple T'd. Free Mac orders. Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah, did he get free jet? Surely he has been, right? In the light of time this stream's gone, and he definitely should have had what has happened anyway. I don't know what exactly happened. Obviously, I'm so proud of all of us who are hanging out to change, and hanging in to change ours and the people's lives we love and care about, along with total strangers. It will be a most glorious day. It will be bittersweet. His channel's back, yeah, you see, and I did that. I brought his channel back. And if you don't believe me, just scroll back and you'll see how I did it. I single-handedly managed to rescue his channel. And no, I don't need or want the thanks. All in a day's work. I'm not trying to change the world yet. I'm trying to change my world first. Well, we all share it as it happens. And if you're happier, then I imagine we'll all be happier. And I'm certainly happy for you, even at that thought of you being able to do that. So, congratulations, Green. Or Cyrene. Or Gyrene. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. But I like it. Kim Robbins, we're all legends. Legends. We are. Thanks, Game. You're a legend. Thanks. Yeah. It will be bittersweet, because. Well, I'm going to go now, right? But these people we're fighting against, I think they've killed people. I think they kill people every day. I think that they've killed bits of you. I think that they've killed bits of you, huge swathes of your future. They've killed that. I think that so many people who have come and gone before us, it's them that caused their going, and so many of them are important to us and never got to see what we were going to see, and so it will be bittersweet. You're going to buy medical debt. Found people like I'm a bad collector, and when I catch you, psych, I'm giving you your cool now. Yeah, that is a brilliant. I want to come with you and deliver those good news, Daniel. That's a brilliant idea. If we could all do that, imagine that. Just call it. That'd be so like. Wow. Don't get banned. Man, I can't help it. They ban you for anything. And I've been worse than all. I'm sure I'm right. It's I do everything within terms and conditions, right? I know what the things are, and I read the things they send out, and that. I know you're right, Daniel. I know they do. I just don't know what I can say. Profits over people is their motto. Yeah, it's disgusting. For sure, they would have found a cure for scoliosis, man. Scoliosis. Sure, there's a lot of them, right? I know personally that they would have found a cure for asthma. There's a big company that got a cure for asthma they're sitting on, because lots of things like that. But it's going to be so effing worth it. Wow, it will be worth it too. T-Bear from YouTube, are you a silly goose? Bird Bear from YouTube. Bird Bear, what's happening? You silly goose? Are you a silly goose? I don't think he is. What happened? Yeah, so if you want, and on the off chance that you want to, right, and you have a Twitter, and you're watching now, and for some reason you haven't already subscribed to me, I'm _GME_current, and you can subscribe there. I can't imagine anything going from 3,900 to 4,000 subscribers, which won't happen from this thing anyway, would actually make all that much difference. If I get kicked off of YouTube, there's not really enough of us to bring me back. I don't think. I don't think so. I would hope for people I've spoke to who've got a following would say something, but that's not going to make a difference. You'd need people who really give you crap, I suppose. Hey brother, I appreciate you and your brother passion. Enjoy your weekend, but that was before. It was Easy Foster Ye. So, but there I am, and I'm also King Jamie the First on Instagram, where you can follow me there. But talking to Instagram ain't ever going to get my YouTube back. But nothing's happened to my YouTube, and that's okay at the minute. But then something does, and if it does, I'll have a heart attack anyway. So, Mac and Bees, I'm just confused. He got his channel back, and so repeating that hashtag now is essentially selling his channel on another YouTube channel. Yeah. It's okay, I can accept that, right? If that happened, that's cool. That gives us a free pass to show my channel and his channel, and that's cool. I think all that's cool. I don't understand. Honestly, I think we could probably get away with that anyway, because he wouldn't recognise my name. You just say it there, and he'd be like, he probably thinks you're talking about a movie or something. Probably. It's literally the best way to help people. Yeah, I can imagine it would be. The people too who are panicking, worried and anxious and that, and they get that news, it'd be fantastic, on top of the fact that they've obviously got health conditions. So can you imagine the stress that causes somebody? It's insane. Cheers. Let me bookmark it. You observe thyself. Yes, it will. I don't think anyone's stealing anyone else's channels, really. I don't think that happens, to be honest. You get it's funny, I see it every so often in chat, people are like, yo, I'm here, yo. And I appreciate them, because they are pretty solid opinions that people have got, and they've been around for a while, but they don't always recognise somebody else who's also got the same opinion. So you're like, yo, I'm here and I've got my opinion, and it may take you a couple of days to get friends. But if that ever happens, you end up better friends. So yo, I reckon Bird Beer and Mac and Bees will probably be out together, back in it, knocking people's heads together soon. Next Millionaire, Aaron, this is the way. Next Millionaire, you speak of the lingo already. You know exactly what's happening. How come you've only got the one share? I was proud. I was so proud. What are we being proud of? I thought I read all the messages there. How come I don't understand what we're being proud of? Damn, you're live now. What up? Yeah, Dave. I've been late for it. David P. How you doing, mate? There's somebody else who shared loads of shares. I've been away today. Where have you been, David? Been away today? So that's that. Yeah, obviously. Where have you been? We need to know. Yo, I'm here. You're here too, Lepton, and a headband. Why are you being away off with David? This is like this when you're like, you leave first, I'll come. I'll leave in like 3 minutes, and no one will notice. But I've just noticed, Lepton. Where were you and David P at? And what were you doing? Washington DC is accessible owned by big banks, corporations, and Wall Street. I've never been. Is it? I've never been there to Washington DC. Been to Cuba and I've seen like the Cuban Senate. Was it Senate? What's it called? I don't know. Anyway, that's one that's the same as the one you've got. It's built exactly the same, only theirs is bigger and nicer than your one. But it's exactly the same, only theirs is bigger. I have told my brothers and my dad and my best friend, none have bought. I feel like a total failure as an influencer. Well, watch what they do. You've not failed yet. Watch what they do when it gets to 280 and 340, and then and you wave that. You just casually put it in front of their face that this is now the price when that happens, and then just casually like show them how to, if they haven't yet, just to download like a simple trading app on their phone, just a real simple one. Like how simple, dead easy it is to just plop in like $200, super easy. Just plop that in, and that. And then you just need to click that button and you'll have some. And then let's see how they resist it when you've got the temptation. That anyway, I have fancy databases and the ability to end thousands of emails, send thousands of emails in a second. A robo dialer for my business. I could get all the tube executives direct lines, make message, email, harass them all day, and I'll do it if they cancel your channel. Alrighty, excellent. Ha, yay. Thanks. That's really appreciated. The sentiment is appreciated. Let's hope that it never comes to that, or I'll unleash Daniel and his robo emailer on you. Wow, whack. I'm left-handed, so I'd just be lying in that scenario. Paul, lol, mine made fun of me, but I bought shares for them instead, and they will hope they bought more themselves. Nice. You got one for yourself and one for other people. Next millionaires change into people's lives around him all the time. I am not Cat Daniel Assange. Do you also have a tech cave? Daniel will probably get one now that you've suggested that if he doesn't. Tradespotting. Hey Jamie, can you please go over the indicators with sugar? Stefan asked me to go over the indicators. So when it starts we can be prepared. Prepared. I always sort of say like no to this question, don't I? And I'll get around to doing it at some point. But I've touched on them briefly. Some of them are the ones that I'd be using. Now you can't use these all in and of themselves, but those I'll be using will include, but are not limited to, Rocky's DMI, obviously, right? Obviously, I'll be using the indicator that does now most of my work for me, Rocky's DMI, right? Obviously. I'll have the RSI and EMA. I don't know why I've named that wrong. I have the RSI and EMA, obviously, on. Maybe on different charts, probably the same as the DMI. And I'll have the MACD on, but for smaller time frame things. Moving averages, yeah, sure, on smaller time frames. Historical volatility, no, probably won't need that on. Probably won't need that at that time. Yes, the Bollinger Bands on like small, like definitely up to including the daily time frame. I'll have the Bollinger Bands on. I mean, from above and down to accumulation distribution. That'll be important. I don't need to put all these on. If I just started putting them on in the background, I didn't mean to do that. I'll put on the accumulation distribution, yes. And I'll be using this as and when. You see this one here, you have to, and there's a number of these, you have to go in and change the settings, and it shouldn't be on futures. And I'll look at this and I'll see how this chart reacts to prices at various. This is crap indicator, really. I won't be using this one. Is it actually bye hi. No, that one's actually alright, but I'll not be using that one. I'll be using This one, accumulation distribution with markers. I can't briefly explain this. It works counterintuitively, and you use it alongside horizontal support and resistance, and or like other types of things that might be the same way in trend changes, like moving average crosses, or like breaking channels on Bollinger Bands or Donchian channels, that sort of thing. And like using it in combination with other things to say, like, is this a turn? Is this what's the strength of this turn? Is this is this changing a time trend on any particular time frame? And does this indicate ahead of time, or like what does this speak to a reversal back to like the continuation of this move, and so on? And then other ones that aren't here are like probably talked about this one. I think was it parabolic as they are, not this stupid strategy thing. Like what? I can't keep turning on indicators. Where of course I've got the other ones below, yeah. Aaron Pullian, have pint on me, Jimmy. All shorts must cover. Exactly. Thank you very much, Aaron. I will do. You're a legend. I'll also get back a crisp with it because it's a very generous donation. Well, just yes, it is. I'll get a bag of crisps and a pint. That does it. Does it. Music in Discord after. I'm gonna go. What time is it after? 11:15. Sugar, they're going to go to bed soon. I'm going to go and say night night to the nieces, see how John's doing, and then maybe jump on the Discord after if everyone's asleep, and I'm going to keep the light down and listen to you talking in the Discord. Yay! Rocky's Discord is like well good place to hang out and make friends and chat to people. It's brilliant, and I love the people in there, and they're also sound as. I know that sometimes it seems like in some communities I'm part of, it seems maybe that I just drop in and out and don't give it my everything. That truth is, I've just got so many different places to be in life and online, and so many responsibilities to meet that sometimes it feels like I'm letting one side down, and really don't mean to be, and I'll make up for it over time, like more than make up for it in each place. And saying that, there's still a competition, and there will be until the 11th of September. Well, until let's close it off at say the last day of August, and you can change your guess. But if you don't remember to do it, you're better getting one in now on Reddit/r/Tradespotting. Tradespotting, that's me. Or I can't remember the thread title, but if you go on the like new and that, you'll find it. It's not all that far away, and it's about the price of GME on my birthday. And if you can guess what it is, I'll send you a T-shirt from the Bing Bong shop. I'll probably actually send you like also if you get it like on the dollar, I'll send you a hoodie. I'll give you, whoever gets closest gets a T-shirt, and if like your husband or your wife also watches, or your son or your daughter or your roommate, then I'll just send you two. And then if you get it right to the dollar, I'll send you a hoodie or two. And if you get it right to the dollar and the cent, then I'll have to have some special, like extra special prize, which I'll announce in advance of it. And I've also got a treasure hunt, which I can't make any easier yet. I have a scheduled clue coming up soon, but I can't do anything on top of those because I've already kind of given away all of the ones I was thinking of giving away in a recent, not recent, in a sort of like I made it known that I was doing it at the time. So I can't make it any easier, right? And the clues do make it easier after everyone's giving out, and it's not easy at all. Isn't easy. It's not supposed to be. I have to do something about that. I have to use the treasure hunt more to boost the channel more and get people more like on, not necessarily on track, because a couple of people really are. It's about getting it more. I don't know. I think it's more people should know about it, right? Anyway, I don't know. Whatever. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Tanios. What do I do here? I do this, and then I rule these things, and I say thank you to people. Does this work properly? Please, let's work. I don't want it not working again. Why is it way down there? And it's not going to roll twice. I've missed it. You Jamie, you missed it. Roll the credits. You missed it. You idiot. Right, so I want to thank Emmy and Lilia. And Emmy and Lilia, if you're ever watching this video back, it was so nice seeing you guys. You're absolute superstars. You're going to go on and do amazing things with your lives. And I'm really proud to be your uncle. And love your dad. He's a legend. Right, so yeah, so thank you guys. Thanks. And I also thank... Oh God, the credits have disappeared now. Do I roll them again? Why do I have to go off screens to choose credits like this? Roll credits, roll them. Can I get these ones? Thank you for supporting the stream. You know you can also donate on Streamlabs thing. That's another way of name. But anyway, thank you. Super chats. Daniel Assange, Alt Saint, Leslie Wright, Janine W, Daniel Assange, Gaston, Alvican, Autumn, Grace, Grace Foundation, Natural oh sugar, I've done it wrong. Oh my god, I've got nobody. No, whoa, look at the amount of new Doomslayers. I'm gonna have to roll it again now. Oh, man, I'm crap at this. I get it alright on Rocky's channel, but I'm so bad at it here. Nobody wants to see me do this badly, or at all, probably. Daniel Altsaint, Leslie Wright, Janine W, David Lazaro, thank you, Mr. Lazaro, Gaston, Alvin Koo, 777, thank you, Alvin Koo, Grace, Grace Foundation, Natural Fiend, Sally Mander, Pratik Patel, CC Foster, Aaron Pauline, and the new Doomslayers, Blake Collings, Georgie Porgy, Lorena Adam, Observe Thyself. Thank you so much. Welcome all those new Doomslayers. Thank you so much for joining. If I missed things at the time, I apologise. I'll read back afterwards and this happens and I feel guilty and I'm like, oh, there you go. There was it, Jimmy. There's someone who now really hates you. Like, I would hate you if you just did that. But I don't do it intentionally. And if you ever said anything that I missed and you ever asked for anything and I didn't get to it, just say it in the chat with like something next time I'm on, like, and if I recognise your name, I'll believe you and I'll do the thing and I'll feel terrible and I'm really grateful. Thank you. And what do I see prices doing on Monday? I think them opening in around where we are is quite possible, and then pushing up 185. We could break that 197. You break that, it's 202. You break that, it's 212. You break that, it's 216, 217. You break that, Native Flight Dad is happy. It goes up, test 230. It comes back. Native Flight Dad starts to get a little bit suspicious again. Prices then slip below, go up again, maybe go down, test properly at 200 and then go up. And that's what I think this looks like next week's going to be. And I anticipate that at last we'll be looking at the fight for 200 and prices over 200 at some point during next week. And at that point we can go on and see how are the rest of these targets going to come, how are things going to evolve. We're going to do it in a show that's really structured. It'll start at market open, it'll finish at market close. And in between times they'll be structured, there'll be sections, you'll know what's coming, you'll be able to go and skip to the part of the show that we wanted to tune in for, you'll be able to watch all of it if that's what suits you, and they'll have short digestible clips made within it that people can watch that haven't got the time to spend a lot of time on it. I know people's time's expensive, and if you've got families then you'll know what you're sacrificing. If you've got a job then you know what you're sacrificing, you know how much your time is worth and how much it means to you, and I know too, and I appreciate you spending time with me, and I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Every like, every comment, every second of watch time, every donation obviously, and every member, thank you so much. You know, it is like an extra little family. Thanks. I love yous. What time did you make it to? 1 hour 58 minutes. Awesome. What did people say at the end there? Puppet cat fight. Puppet cat fight. Puppet cat fight. What did we call it again? Stock puppet. For stock puppet. Hello, stock puppet. Hello. What are you doing? I'm hacking Daniel's robo email database. What do you think that GME is going to go to next week? This is getting absurd, isn't it? No. Yeah, it is a little bit. No. Okay, what do you think GME is going to go to? 217. Okay, cool. Well, there you go then. CC just donated 19.99 for Super Chat. Thank you very much. Hello, girls. Hello. Hello. It's me, Stock Profits, and hi, hello to me. Well, they're not going to, and I'm being a bit weird with that now. Well, I'll make it back next week. Kim Robbins, love you, Jimmy, love you, Kim, thank you. Gaston, you're the man. You're the man, Jax Gaston. Oh, you're the man, Gaston. Oh. Beer o'clock, friend. It's Friday. It should be. I've got beer here. John gave me earlier, but it's still out. It's just disgusting. Bloody hell, he's back. Bloody hell, he's back. He's back, he is. He's back. Bloody hell, Stock Puppet. Where's he been all this time? Causing havoc, I'll tell you. Causing havoc. He's been in the expensive parts of Edinburgh, whoring himself out. It's a disgrace, actually. Oh my god, I'm so glad I stayed. Stock Puppet have spoken. I give you 1 million for that mystic sock. No! No. Nope, no. Unleash the man. I'll unleash that man. Call the executives 200 times an hour while I watch TV. Daniel and Stuck Puppet will get on a lot, I reckon. I'm never going to let the two of them properly meet because it would be impossible to separate them afterwards. Only fans when? Tradespotting, take care, mate. Enjoy your weekend with you and your family. Thank you, Case. You too, legend. Have a good time. I hope you're having a nice weekend. I hope everything's easy for you with the new family and you're growing alright and enjoying it and it's not too hot where you are and you're getting out and you're enjoying your time with everybody and I hope you've got a big smile on your face. Thank you so much for all you do around here, Case. You're a legend. Have a great weekend, everyone. Well done making it through a week of double duty without going too crazy. Yes, that was on double duty. Well done making it through. Tuning into me so much, so often when you were used to Rocky and then you put up with me. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all the things you've said and done for Rocky as well this week. Huge deal. Huge. And thanks. Also, well done. Like Dead Money All-Star says, well done, Nate. It's another week of this shite they've put you through and you've done alright. You've done alright, man.